known. I mean, an engagement for me is forever. It's not a promise. It's forever.
I love you, not an engagement.
Yeah, but she was asking about the engagement.
Okay.
So obviously, have to ask the big question. Tell me the timeline of when we're moving to Ohio. What's going on?
I mean, I would love sooner rather than later, but there's a lot of moving parts. I obviously want to leave my current job in the best hands possible, and find the right place up here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would love to. I mean, honestly, as soon as possible. But
yeah, we basically made a decision maybe about a month and a half ago that. Our relationship was getting so strong that if we really were going to try to make this whole thing work, that we had to live in close proximity.
Mm-hmm.
And, we both have careers. She's an incredible nurse. She's got to arrange all of those things. You've been in Nashville for how long?
12 years. But honestly, like the last year and a half, almost 2, I've been wanting to get back to the Midwest. And so I've been ready to leave Nashville. Nashville kind of felt like it's run its course.
It's run its course.
So,
well, welcome to Ohio.
What are you, Ohio? I went to Ohio State, so I can respect Ohio.
Hey, what's up? There we go, Sarah.
What are you most looking forward to about living in the same city and that proximity that you haven't got to experience yet?
Going on a date.
Yes. I mean, there's something about having everything be secret that is actually kind of nice. We get to focus way more on each other and getting to know each other on a deeper level. But then there's also like, you want to make something and you can't go to the store together. That is a little bit obnoxious. So, it's the small things, the mundane is the fun part, like coming home from work and having someone there and, making dinner together and doing things with James together.
Gosh,
like
having time with James more than just like once or twice a month for like a weekend. That's honestly probably like the biggest part for me.
Yeah, it's the small things that really are the best.
Michael, how did you decide it was time for James to meet Danielle, and how has it been to have, someone who you love around your son for the first time in a while?
I mean, to be honest, I had to go out of my comfort zone a little bit. Danielle's living in Nashville and I'm 7 hours away. So kind of orchestrating these, meetups, I didn't want to be like away from him too long. So I introduced James and Danielle as, Danielle is daddy's friend and he totally understands that at that level.
Yeah.
I'm really protective over him and making sure that he doesn't get attached to anybody too early. And at that time when we first introduced them, I think we'd been dating for maybe, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, which is way quicker than the timeline that I normally would have. But I'm glad I did it. I saw their connection immediately and it's just a beautiful thing. It really was.
He was so proud of the chimichurri.
Yeah, I know. James and I cooked for her at an Airbnb in Bellevue, Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we had a bunch of little hideouts and it was adorable.
Danielle, for you, were you nervous? Were you just excited? Like what was your perspective coming into meeting James and kind of seeing this side of Michael in real life?
Honestly, I was really nervous, and James totally cut that tension. I feel like I pulled up to the Airbnb and I like texted you, I'm here, and like I look out the window and there's like James's little face like on the car.
Yeah.
And he's like, hi. And I'm like, hey.
He loves hosting. What can I say?
Yeah.
He's a big host guy.
What does he understand of Bachelor in Paradise / the Bachelor world?
He doesn't know that I was on Bachelor in Paradise. He knew I was on the Bachelorette, and he really doesn't understand the premise of the show. He just understands every now and again we have to stop and take pictures with random people.
Oh, that's sweet. People like Daddy. They want to take pictures with him. That's not the worst thing.
That's it. And it's so funny because sometimes, strangers will come up and be like, hey, can I get a photo with you? And he'll immediately like jump into the photo. And they're like, oh, you too? Okay, come on in. I'm like, hey, man.
That's cute. What would you guys say the biggest thing you've learned about each other post Paradise is?
God, just I don't know if it's something that I've learned about you. It's just something that like I've loved even more about you. It's just watching you be a dad. Like every kid deserves a dad like Michael. Like
Stop.
I've never experienced anything like it in my life.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's really special. It really is. I'm gonna get emotional.
Oh my God, we're crying.
Thank you. I mean, I love being a dad. It's fantastic. And, you know, for Danielle and I think for people that, you know, are more guarded in nature, it took a long time for us to actually drop our guard while we were on the show. And I think that was evident when people watched it. You know, they're like, what's going on with them? But we're tiptoeing. We're on our own timeline. The show can have whatever timeline they want, but there's too much at stake for us. There's just too much in our lives. So for Danielle and I, it's been awesome seeing both of us kind of shed our guard and be more comfortable with each other. Yeah. She's hilarious. She's so much fun. She's got this creative, fun energy that's intoxicating. And so it's just getting closer in that nature.
You mentioned timelines. Obviously, that's a big thing in this show's world. People are going to ask you when you're getting engaged until you do. Are you prepared to field those questions? And is this something you guys talk about the future? Are we going day by day?
I think day by day.
Well, actually, I have a question.
Oh my God, do not do that.
Last weekly Zoom exclusive.
Yeah, right. Sarah's licking her chops over there.
Seriously.
Give me the goods.
No, we're just so looking forward to dating and being together in the same city and just really enjoying this time off the show.
Yeah,
that's what's more important to us right now.
I know the show and the audience, they all have these timelines. Mm-hmm. We do not feel that pressure, and we are not going to feel that pressure.
I thought it was going to be a year before you said I love you.
Yeah, we moved slower. I mean, when I said I love you to Danielle, that's the second time I've ever said it in my entire life. Imagine all the grade school and high school relationships I've had where the girl has wanted to rip my throat out because of this. And so like what people saw on TV was a really big moment for me. And I know love gets thrown around on the show, you know, like a commodity. I don't do that.
And I do that. You see it all over my face. I was like, wait, what did you just say?
Yeah, it felt very genuine.
Their own. I mean, an engagement for me is forever. It's not a promise. It's forever.
I love you? Not an engagement?
Yeah, but she was asking about the engagement. Don't get me tripped up here.
I thought you tripped yourself up.
Yeah, I've got nothing right now.
Nothing right now. I do have to ask you, this has been such a pleasant conversation, but I do have to ask you real quick about Sierra. Things seem to be kind of resolved at the reunion, but I know Twitter has had some words, and I know that you did a podcast with Caitlyn, Danielle, that got some attention. Is there anything you guys wanted to clear up or say about that situation that you would do differently, or how you feel about it now?
Yeah, I just really want to apologize for hurting your feelings. You know, I mean, I wasn't there during the relationship. It had resolved by the time I got down there, and, you know, I shouldn't have spoken into it. And I just really, truly wish nothing but the best for her. And just really excited to move forward with my relationship with Michael.
Yeah. I mean, what I tried to do with Sierra was let her know the second I realized that it wasn't there at a time when she had the rose where she could make a decision. I would do that all over again. Where I really tripped up was not being able to explain myself in a way that she deserved, you know, letting her know more so that she just wasn't the right person for me. And I should have ended it really like that. And so for that, I apologize. And I apologize to her at the reunion for that. And I wish her the best. I know she'll find love. She's a great person. And and we're really just focused on ourselves now.
For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.